The Joker, also known as the Man Who Laughs, has become the Immortal Legend Batman. Can Bruce, Nightwing, and Robin stop him? Bruce Wayne and Thomas Elliot slowly drift downward into the darkness of Gotham Bay. Bruce's eyes suddenly snap open. He reaches out for the man that was once his friend, grabs hold of his shirt, and swims swiftly to the surface. Moments later, they are gasping for air on a nearby shore. Thomas spits out water and looks at Bruce in shock. You saved my life, Bruce. You shouldn't have. I was gonna let that thing kill you, and if he didn't, I would have done it myself. Thomas gasps at him. Bruce looks to his old friend. Yeah, not ideal, but I get it, Bruce says, understanding that Roger sent his son to claim the mantle of Immortal Legend Batman. But this is my mess, and I'm not gonna let anyone kill me until I've finished cleaning it up, Bruce tells him. Bruce looks down, asking what happened to his belt. The Shadow took it, Tommy tells him. Bruce turns away and begins to walk along the beach. Hey, where are you going? Tommy yells after him. I have to stop the Shadow, and if it has my belt, then I'm going to need a new one, Bruce calls over his shoulder. Tommy hesitates for a moment before rushing after his friend. Meanwhile, on Tompkins Island, the Man Who Laughs, now clad in the armor of the Immortal Legend Batman, rushes at Nightwing.
Come here, Dickie,
he cackles. But Robin is there, throwing up his shield to protect him from the attack. But the Man Who Laughs' claws begin to cut through the energy shield.
Robins are such buzzkills, though I hear they're great deep fried,
he roars. But Nightwing leaps over the attack and kicks him away.
Night Spin!
Nightwing yells as he fires energy discs at the immortal enemy. But the Joker merely sidesteps the attack. Slowly, he begins to float in the air, shadow energy converging around him.
I'm gonna kill you both, and I'm gonna like it very, very much,
he promises. He launches at them with a powerful bat press kick. Nightwing and Robin step together, combining their light cannon and night cannon attacks. The powerful energy beam launches at the Man Who Laughs. Yet the bat press is too powerful, and he kicks through the blast, knocking them both away. Robin struggles to his feet.
How is he so strong?
He gasps. Nightwing shakes his head as he joins his friend.
I don't know.
The Man Who Laughs cackles as the shadow energy converges around him.
Oh, I can help with that. The way of the bat was stolen from the Shadow. It's ours. So it flows through me with no resistance. Pure. And it feels good. You'll get to experience it soon enough, though. This whole universe will. That blissful, overwhelming peace that can only be found when darkness consumes all,
he explains to them. Meanwhile, Tommy has followed Bruce below the surface of Gotham. I think it's about time you told me where we're going, Tommy calls out as they move through the grim, dirt-covered tunnels. I didn't ask you to come with me, Bruce points out to him. You might have saved my life, but you're still dangerous. You don't get to skulk around unsupervised, Tommy reminds him. Finally, Bruce relents, explaining that once upon a time, Earth was humanity's home before they set off into the stars and began to colonize other worlds. But after humans relocated, those that stayed behind began to build outward, and eventually, Gotham consumed the planet entirely, and Earth was renamed. They step from the tunnels, and Bruce motions to the decaying ruins of a city below them. It all started here, though. Welcome to Old Gotham, Bruce announces. The pair press into the city, eventually coming to a large set of black gates. Tommy stares at the dark metal. Seems like old Gothamites didn't want anyone getting in here, Tommy says softly. Bruce nods in agreement, but motions to the tactical gear that Tommy has brought. Luckily, you're kitted out with some pretty advanced tactical gear. Should be all we need to get over the wall, he explains. Tommy glares at him before drawing his grapple gun. Father said the ritual you performed expelled all your weaknesses. But that can't be true, because you're still entirely insufferable. Tommy sighs at him. Bruce merely smiles. I've missed you too, Tommy. The pair clear the wall and enter the chamber beyond, finding a strange portal within. Tommy's eyes widen in shock. I think I know where this is now, and why it was sealed. This is where humanity first harnessed the power of dark matter, where we accidentally allowed the shadows to start seeping in, Tommy says in awe. This is where we tore the universe open. Bruce nods as he steps forward, slowly reaching out a hand for the dark energy that pulses from the portal. The ancient tomes say that the first immortal legends were able to harness and shape the power that binds the shadow universe and our own, because they entered the tear. Many others tried, but they were the only ones to survive. So if I'm going to create a new power source, I think I'm going to have to go in, Bruce whispers. But Tommy stops him, raising his blaster and aiming at Bruce's head. Not you, old friend. Not this time, Tommy hisses. Above, shadow energy slices around Nightwing as the man who laughs charges at him, slamming into him hard and knocking him through a nearby wall. The man who laughs whirls to find Robin standing nearby.
There's still time to run, little Timmy. Well, to try anyway.
The man who laughs cackles, but Robin shakes his head, placing his hands together and drawing his energy.
We can't escape our shadows. We can only face them.
Robin growls as he forms his bow staff and leaps at the man who laughs. But the Joker forms a shadowy sword in his hand and deflects the blow.
Ah, quoting the teachings. The young do that until life breaks them down.
Joker snarls as he swings the blade and slashes through the staff, shattering it. He knocks Robin to the ground and aims the sword at his throat.
You don't deserve this, but I deserve to have fun.
Joker giggles as he prepares to strike, but suddenly, a blast of energy slams into his back and knocks him away. Robin looks up as Barbara Gordon steps through the smoke of their battle, a blaster rifle in hand. You've done enough killing, monster, she snarls. Joker struggles to his feet and looks at her with shock.
Who's this now?
He asks. Nightwing and Robin stand with Barbara as she readies herself. My name's Barbara Gordon. Jim Gordon was my father, she snaps. Joker rolls his eyes beneath his helmet.
God, why is everyone so hung up on me killing that one old man? I killed so many guys. That one wasn't any special. Eesh, I'll just have to carve you up too.
Joker growls as he grabs his sword and rushes at his enemies. Meanwhile, under Gotham, Bruce turns and looks at his old friend. Tommy, I promise you don't want this. It's more dangerous than you could possibly imagine. The only reason I'm risking it is so that I can finish fixing my mistake. You're just not strong enough for this, Bruce tells him. Tommy hesitates for a moment before smiling. You're so full of it, he says before stepping around Bruce and into the tear. See you on the other side, he calls over his shoulder. Moments pass and Tommy steps out of the tear, but he falls to his knees, blood leaking from his nose and mouth, his skin burned from the energy, his eyes rolled back into his head. Bruce stares at his old friend and shakes his head. Tommy, I'm sorry, he whispers before stepping into the tear himself. Inside, Bruce finds himself floating in dark energy. Someone floats up to him, a being made of light. Bruce can sense the smile on the being's face.
Bruce Wayne, you were so generous, giving me pieces of yourself to play with. Have you now come to offer what remains?
The Shadow asks. Bruce shakes his head. No, I've come to take more of your power, so I can fix my mistake, he snaps. But the Shadow shakes his head, reaching out and grabbing Bruce by the hands.
Oh, Bruce, you've done so much damage with the power you previously inherited. What makes you think taking any more will benefit anyone but me?
The Shadow asks. But Bruce struggles against the Shadow, explaining that he understands that he let his pain blind him, that he now realizes that he is stronger than his pain. I'm stronger than you, Bruce growls. The Shadow laughs, the sound echoing in the darkness.
And what do you think I am, actually, Bruce?
He asks. My shadow self, the real one, Bruce tells him, but the Shadow shakes his head.
Ah, child, I am nothing so meager, nor do I have anything to do with you. You do inspire some curiosity in me, though. I look forward to your journey, and I very much look forward to your end.
The Shadow says before tossing Bruce away. He flies back through the tear and slams into the ground. Bruce struggles back to his feet and finds dark and light energy surging in his hands. He slams them together and melds them, forming them into another Immortal Legend belt. Slowly, Bruce stands and walks away, leaving Tommy kneeling before the tear. Shadows whispering to him.
We can't have another one sharing. Silence him. Leave only. Hush.
The Shadows whisper. Above, Joker stands over the fallen heroes. The battle is nearly over. He points his shadow sword at each of them.
How are we feeling, kiddies? Another round? Or shall I put you out of your misery?
Joker asks, but the shadow energy suddenly pulses off of him and he falls to his knees. The energy converges and two shadow creatures begin to crawl away.
Well, this is new.
The Joker gasps. Bruce nods as he steps onto the field of battle. I was worried this might happen. You've existed too long. You're starting to become a permanent bridge to the Shadow Universe. A bridge monsters can cross, Bruce tells him. Joker cocks his head to the side.
Hey, speaking of bridges, didn't I kill you on one?
He asks. Bruce nods. You tried. Barbara, Dick, Tim. I need you to destroy those shadow monsters. I'll deal with the Pretender, Bruce tells them. His friends don't hesitate, leaping into battle against the shadow creatures. Bruce stands alone against his doppelganger. One last time, become
the Knight,
Bruce calls, morphing into the Immortal Legend Batman. Joker leaps forward with his shadow sword, but is met by Bruce's own.
Guess I should be thankful. I get to kill you twice.
Joker cackles, but Bruce twists out of the attack, trading blows back and forth, the ringing of steel echoing across the battlefield.
No, I'm afraid you don't. The power you stole was handed down countless times. It does its best to adapt to each wielder, but it was never made for me, for us,
Bruce tells him. He presses the attack. His blows push Joker back again and again.
My new power, though, it's all mine. It's my pain, my fear and rage, my wrath,
Bruce says as his blow shatters the shadow sword and knocks Joker to the ground. Bruce stands over him.
I know you're scared now, but there's no shame in being scared.
he tells the Joker. But the man who laughs grabs his head and screams, his fingers growing and sharpening into claws.
Shut up! Shut up!
Joker bellows as he launches forward. Bruce doesn't move. He merely lifts his sword and throws it. The blade pierces Joker's chest, stopping the monster in his tracks. Joker stares down at it for a moment before falling to his knees.
Ow!
He mutters. He looks up at Bruce for a moment, raising his hands in defeat.
Don't do this! We can keep going! I can make monsters! I can be the monster, and you can be the legend! The Batman! It's the cooler role. We can just keep living like this. This is fun. This is easier.
The Joker suggests, but Bruce shakes his head.
I know, but we can't escape our shadows. Not forever. We have to face them. In the light.
Bruce tells him. He slams his fists together and calls forth the bat signal. The energy blast shoots out from his chest and slams into the Joker, destroying him. The shadow energy fading away and the Immortal Legend belt falling to the ground. Bruce glances over his shoulder as he is joined by his friends.
You did it. It's finally over.
Nightwing says, but Bruce shakes his head.
Not quite. There's one thing left to do. I hope I'll see you all again. But if not, it really has been an honor.
Bruce says as he walks away. Soon, he arrives at the Frozen Man's satellite lab. There, the Frozen Man steps from his armor, revealing that he is actually a young Bruce Wayne. After our first encounter, I could tell you weren't malicious. I thought you didn't need to go. But now, you'll start spawning shadow monsters. You'll be a danger to everyone, Bruce says softly. The young Bruce nods and sits down next to him. Then I can't stay. Don't worry. I won't let anyone get hurt because of me, young Bruce tells him. Bruce nods gently. Thank you. I'm so sorry, he whispers. If it makes you feel better, you're the last one. As you go, I think it might kill me too, Bruce says. But young Bruce shakes his head. That doesn't make me feel better. If I have to go, I want it to be so that you can live, so you can move on. I want to go believing there's more for us than me, and being frozen in this moment forever. Bruce, I want you to let me go, young Bruce tells him. He looks back with a smile as he slowly begins to drift into the shadows, disappearing. Later, Bruce returns to Gotham and sits with Dick and Barbara, explaining that he is done as Batman. The last parts of me to go were the recklessness that came from my pain and the childlike belief that becoming a superhero could fix my problems and fix the world. They weren't healthy, but they were necessary parts of being Batman, Bruce tells them. Barbara shakes her head. There are still shadows out there, and more people are going to die. You can't let it end here, she tells him. Bruce shakes his head and holds out the belt to her. Oh, I don't know. I think it's okay for a legend to end, as long as, in its place, a new legend is born, Bruce tells her with a smile. And thus, the Immortal Legend Batgirl was born. Time passes, and Bruce retires, living quietly with Alfred, enjoying life. Alfred brews a cup of tea and looks to Bruce as his master enjoys a good book. I must say, Master Bruce, retirement becomes you, Alfred tells him as he holds out the steaming mug. Bruce nods. I appreciate the compliment, Alfred, but it's not retirement. It's just a different path. For now. And thus ends the story. For now. And that was the complete story for Immortal Legend Batman Issue 6, the finale to the Immortal Legend Batman, by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom. However, we got a little bit of a peek at Immortal Legend Red Hood, which will be pretty awesome. But let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below, and like and subscribe to help out the channel. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.